In 1967, Greater Orlando was changing. Old was the region's traditional cattle and citrus culture. New was its developing space, defense, and tourism industries. There was an increasing and unmet demand for skilled workers who could fill jobs in these developing fields. In retrospect, the creation of a public junior college was the obvious answer. However, visions for the future clashed with reverence for the past, and there was a large amount of political opposition surrounding Valencia's creation in 1967.
And under the law, the community colleges were a division of the school boards. And we didn't have one in Orange County because the newspaper was violently opposed to the establishment of a public community college that would compete with Orlando Junior College.
Despite opposition, an advisory board was established to get the college off the ground. Headed by Raymer F. McGuire Jr., the board was a remarkably diverse group for the time. Unnamed, unstaffed, and unwanted by many in the community, Valencia had less than a year to open. Dr. Albert Craig was selected to be Valencia's first president. He started in March of 1967. Classes were but 6 months away, and the new junior college still needed a name.
The name Valencia really came from the Valencia fruit that was very prominent and popular in this area. And that's how Valencia came about.
Valencia Junior College opened on August 21, 1967 to a charter class of 500 students and 20 faculty members on a temporary campus at Mid-Florida Technical Institute on West Oak Ridge Road.
Mud, that's what I remember most. To get from one portable building to another, we literally had to walk through mud patches, and we had about 490 students at the time. And it was almost literally survival.
Only 2 years after opening its doors, Valencia received accreditation from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. In 1970, Al Craig stepped down from his presidency.
I can vividly recall the Sunday right after church, and I knew something was wrong. And he told me that he had received the opportunity to be the graduate professor at the University of Central Florida, and he wanted to resign. I felt like that Jim Golichek was well qualified to take his place, and so I agreed to it.
Having come to Valencia with Al Craig as the academic dean, Jim Golichek was a natural choice for Valencia's second president. During his tenure, the college would face an era of rapid expansion and community outreach. In 1971, the school changed its name, dropping the junior. That same year, Valencia moved from its temporary facilities to its first permanent campus, the West Campus, a 180-acre site on Kirkman Road. Other locations would follow. By 1975, Valencia had opened the Osceola Center, the downtown administrative building, and started on a second permanent site, the East Campus. While some critics felt that the proposed site was too remote, Valencia foresaw growth in East Orange County.
You're talking about the East Campus on Econolahatchee Road. The East Campus, you couldn't graduate from Valencia unless you could spell Econolahatchee. It was one of the final exam questions, I'm sure.
Valencia's expansion met anticipated growth. During Golichek's tenure, enrollment topped 10,000 students. Jim Golichek had been with Valencia since the beginning, but in 1983, after serving as president for 14 years, he announced his resignation and accepted a position with the American Association of Community and Junior Colleges. Paul Giannini was selected to be Valencia's third president. His term would be spent developing business and economic ties within the community and gaining public recognition for the college on both state and national levels. The college received many well-known visitors over the years.
It's a very high honor and a very great privilege for me to come to Valencia Community College.
I was very pleasantly surprised to open the newspaper this morning and see a a big article about community colleges that prominently features Valencia.
Under Giannini's leadership, Valencia adopted a new learning-centered approach.
We have gone from emphasis on teaching to emphasis on learning. And the achievement gaps that you see both in the public schools and in higher education show that the emphasis was not on learning. It was not on dealing with the student and working with the student and measuring your ability and your achievement based on the achievement of the student. So I think that was a good change.
Valencia opened 2 more permanent campuses, ushering in a period of explosive growth.
A big honor for Valencia Community College tonight. The school was chosen National Community College of the Year by the National Business Alliance. Valencia President Paul Giannini accepted the award in Washington, D.C. Valencia was picked for its effective and innovative leadership in meeting the workforce needs of business and industry.
The next stage of Valencia's learning-centered revolution came in 1999 with the retirement of Paul Giannini, who had served at Valencia's helm for 16 years.
Paul was such an outgoing, vibrant leader for Valencia and brought it to highs. When Paul announced his retirement, I was asked to serve on the committee to find a new president. And of course, our concerns were, who would we find to replace the dynamic Paul Giannini? Who would we find to fill that hole and really to take Valencia to the next level?
We look forward to many reunions. Meanwhile, we want you to carry this close to your heart. Thank you very much.
The answer was Dr. Sanford Shugart, who became the college's 4th president. In 2000, Valencia entered a new century with a new president. Valencia continued to set higher goals for itself while serving as a model for other community colleges throughout the nation and around the world. Learning-centeredness became more than an initiative. It became Valencia's way of doing business. Even with a new approach, Valencia still did not forget its roots of partnering with the community.
Well, I think we're very proud of the association as a company that we have with Valencia. We have had a part in the hospitality school that is at Valencia today, and I think we're involved in that because it's a win-win situation. We can put students in there that will learn about our business, and when they're done with that, we can hire them into jobs that we have available. So I think those are the kind of partnerships that we have in the community that I'm very proud of.
The college continued to develop partnerships with local businesses and schools. As a learning-centered college, Valencia was selected in 2005 as one of 58 community colleges to participate in a multi-year national initiative, the Achieving the Dream Project.
I think that its focus on closing the gaps that exist across groups of people, between low-income and higher-income groups, across ethnic and racial lines and the like. It's a willingness to really take that on, to improve outcomes for all students while also closing the gaps across those good groups of students is not just courageous, it's absolutely essential.
We've got to change our mind about what the community colleges are. These are not junior colleges. Junior colleges were invented in the 20s. These are not colleges of second chance or last choice. These are not colleges for the students who don't know what they want to be when they grow up. These are colleges that are economic engines in our community. They have a multi-mission to drive the economy and to give people access to the best that our communities have to offer.
As Valencia gears up for the next phase of its life, it will continue to identify areas of population growth and strive to make a college education a reality for students throughout all of Orange and Osceola counties. Anticipating the needs of the community has always been one of Valencia's strengths. The college will also continue to look for ways to live up to its goal of being an extraordinary learning community. Being forward-thinking is not only rooted in Valencia's history, it is the foundation for its future.